Hi everyone, welcome back to Spiritual Growth Tarot. I'm Denise, and this reading is devoted to Brett Kavanaugh's karma and his professional and personal future. Okay, so the forces in motion in his life, the Eight of Cups reversed, his challenges currently, biggest challenges, if we could wrap them all into one card. We have the High Priestess. The karma that he's brought in to heal in this lifetime. So specifically that. Okay. And then two cards here for what he's done in the past to become, to be on the Supreme Court circuit, to be a Supreme Court judge. Okay. Oh my God. This is the I like beer card. I sat in meditation and prayed and intended to be as unbiased as I can. But we know his history. I watched his confirmation hearings, or hearing, I should say. So anyway, the karma that's hanging over him. So two cards for that. Okay. His two cards for his professional future. And two cards here for his personal future going forward. Ooh. Okay. Let's move these up a little and give some more room for closed captioning. If you have those turned on your device, and I'll try to speak clearly. Okay, so, well, with the Eight of Cups reversed as to the forces in motion going on in his life, I have a feeling that has to do with him not taking responsibility and not walking away from his past. He's not going to be able to walk away from his past, is what I'm getting. This is a card also of a person who, or when this card comes in, it can mean, and I think in his case definitely, is that the person goes more for the, because all the cups have to do with our feelings, our emotional bodies, our, how clear our emotional bodies are, and how free the pure feelings flow through, which connects us to the spiritual world. When this card comes through reversed, it has to do with favoring the material over the spiritual and not caring. It does have him showing, it does have it also just showing that he cares more about having what he wants, when he wants it, having a lot of success. It can have to do with, because we're in the cups here, and here's a cup, everywhere a cup. Anyway, this just feels to me like, even though this is in a different position, there's that I like beer kind of thing, and I like feasting kind of thing. I like all the good things in life. Also, when the Eight of Cups is reversed, it's really about stagnation of the soul, most of all. And it has, because when the card is straight up, I always look at it, this is my card of self-responsibility. And you've done all you can, and then you're going to walk away and learn from your mistakes, learn from the painful past. You've accessed all the feelings from the past, and you have to move on. Well, he's not. He's not moving on. And so this shows this like stagnancy in his soul, and he's afraid of change, fear of loss, low self-esteem. There's some avoidance going on in his soul. And of course, his biggest challenge is his secrets. And it's also a big challenge for him to trust himself, most of all. And of course he can't trust himself because he likes to drink a lot of beer. And he likes to have what he wants. And so he's challenged in the position of having a deeper understanding and having any clarity. And I think, he has those secrets going on. So, moving forward, looking at the past, moving back to the past, the karma that he brought in to heal in this lifetime is to allow big change to happen, to let go, to have an ego death now and then, to allow an end to occur and have some transformation and some positive change come into his life, and possibly some type of a rebirth. I don't know how old he is. I'm wondering if he's at 51, everybody has their Chiron return, and I don't know if he's hit that or not, but I should have looked that up before. But anyway, you have to go through the death experience, on an ego level before you can have a new opportunity come in. But he has karma with that, he has karma with transformation, and that goes along with this card here too, where there's this big fear of change. And he's been foolish. He has karma around, making the wrong decision, I think. So he's going to have to just keep circling back to that, because the Fool is like the card of course it's 0 in the tarot, because it moves through all the gateways. It's like us on a new adventure. It's us having a new start, and to try and find the freedom that our souls, our higher selves actually, bring through every lifetime. We bring through soul substance that needs to transform, and we have karma from the past where we've, either made mistakes or didn't have the opportunities based on, the era that we and the geographical location. And sometimes we get lost, So the Fool comes in and goes through all the different gateways of the major arcana. And its quest is for freedom, to free the soul. So you could look at this guy as being a soul retrieval, part of ourselves. Or this, genderless, aspect of ourselves. It's all about freedom, freeing our souls. And you have to go through lots of, ego deaths. We have to overcome our pride. We have, unhealthy pride. We have to overcome our intellectual pride, our spiritual pride, our, maybe vanity, all those things that are a part of pride, and greed and all of that stuff. And who knows how many thousands of lifetimes that takes, but he's in this pattern of karmic cycles where he's got a lot of ego death to go through. So there's that. What he's done to become SCOTUS, well, with the King of Swords reversed, I don't think it's anything very good, because this is a card of manipulation and corruption. It's all about a lack of integrity. And, when the King of Swords is straight up, of course, you can see law. You can see the long arm of the law, the long sword of the law, the truth that needs to come through. And just look at the expression on this person's face. Like, they're dead serious. And we have the transformational butterfly up here, just like we do on the Queen of Swords, these butterflies to show the need for transformation. The need for transformation, with the Death card. So when the King of Swords comes through, reversed, I would say, besides him being corrupt and out of integrity and manipulative, I would say that this is also a person, because when the king and queens come through, it's often a person. The pages and knights are often an aspect of a quality of our life, But this is a person, and I think that this is whoever helped him pay off his debts in the past, and somebody that he parties with. There are records, there are public records that show that he was in debt for, many, many years. I think it was like 9 years. Well, no, wait, I remember 92,000 was some part of like a credit card debt. But there was also, it also showed that he had been, I think, 5 out of the 9 years prior to had been in incredible credit card debt, and at the same time, like, bought a new house, and they can't figure out where the money came through for the down payment on the house. So this is what this is about. This is like somebody who wants him in there and gives him money. So we're talking, like maybe someone from the Federalist Society, or maybe some other big money player. This is the stuff that Sheldon Whitehouse is investigating. Sheldon Whitehouse and Debbie Stabenow. So there's that. So what he did, these two cards being what he did, if this isn't a person, and it could be both, that it could be a person that helped him do it, but my question for this column here is what he did to become a Supreme Court justice. And this tells me that he manipulated and lied and just was completely out of integrity and corrupt. He corrupted himself, and he partied with people to help him do that. And then he celebrated it. Remember, I like beer. Don't you like beer, Senator? You know what I mean? And Amy Klobuchar's like, what? No, she just asked him another question, I believe. Or no, she directed him to answer the question. So all this stuff is, part of public record. Anybody can watch the confirmation hearing that he went through as he cried and got angry and went into emotional reaction and, chose to not tell the truth, hide, obfuscate, and lie his way through, not only about his debt, but I believe, with the charges against him, or not actual real charges, but allegations from Christine Blasey Ford, Dr. Christine Blasey Ford, or might be Blasey, I'm not sure how to pronounce her name correctly, but excuse me. Anyway, this guy, the karma that's hanging over him is that he's going to continue to suppress his emotions. He's not going to come clean. And then so, of course, what happens when you suppress emotional material and you don't do your emotional release work, then feelings come out sideways all over the place, just like they did when, in his confirmation hearing. We saw that. What he did showed that he's emotionally unstable to be a judge of any kind, and it showed that he has not done his emotional work in the past. He's not clear. So therefore, he can't think clearly. And, intuitive faculties are just, down, squashed down. Everything pours out. So anyway, as far as karma that's hanging over him, this is, very, very sad. Sad and like I was saying, like emotional instability, and just like disconnected from his real, what he's supposed to be doing in his life. And I think maybe feeling pretty dissatisfied. And also, this card can be other people who are unsatisfied with him, other people who see him for who he is. It can have to do with a breakup. It can have to do, if it's a personal relationship, it can have to do with a breakup. It can have to do with painful relationships, feeling like really empty inside. And it can sometimes come in, this card can come in when something's canceled. So maybe his position will be canceled. Because with this Three of Wands here, that brings in the element of looking forward to something else, like something new. So I don't know if he could be impeached. We'll have to see about that. I think I might use the Kipper with him as soon as I'm done here. So okay, so professionally, these two cards, this column here is his professional future. Well, the Knight of Wands, that's not good. It shows that he's abusive and addictive. The Knight of Wands comes out in, it's my, when it's straight up, it's like, quick change and you're moving forward with passion and there's loyalty. When it's reversed, it's my impulse control disorder card. And of course addicts have an impulse control disorder. They can't look long term and they just want what they want right now and they go get it. So yeah, so his professional future does not look good. It looks to me like there's a lot of conflict going on here, and frustration, and not getting what he wants. Maybe even not having much energy. Because with the Two of Wands reversed below it, this is a card that comes in when our options are narrowed down. When plans that we've had, that we've made in the future, made for the future, when they're like kind of ruined, or they just can't move forward. They can't, because all you gotta do is look at it straight up. It's like you have the world in your hands. There's stability and you can move forward. And this is often the card of like travel plans, but reversed. No, you don't get any of that. There is no progress. And like I said, the options are limited. So I think he's going to be afraid of loss with these cards here. I think he may even have a surprise on his hands, But like frustration, restlessness. So that's what he has coming down the pike professionally. Now, personally, with the Wheel of Fortune, it doesn't have to be good fortune. It just means that the wheel of life is always moving. And because Justice reversed is right below him, that tells me that he may have some legal issues coming in. that shows his corruption and shows his deception. This is a card of, you know, bad karma. And it makes me wonder, like, would he resign? Could he be suspended? Would somebody give him an offer? Because this is a card of legal complications. So personally, this is a fated turning point that brings us in for him. I don't think it matters, like, you know, could the personal go over here in the professional or professional? I think I should just read all 4 cards together. You know, addicted, not going anywhere. I like beer. And he's got all this debt. I'm surprised the 5 of Pentacles didn't come in here. But then again, you know, he had his debt paid off, so it wouldn't be current. I guess if I was looking at him from way back in the past. This is the kind of guy that will do anything to just get free and get what he wants. Is what I'm feeling. So I think I'll pause this and drop the camera down so you guys can see the little Kipper end of the century deck that I'm going to use by Ciro Marchetti, and then we'll see what the future holds for Mr. Kavanaugh, little buddy boy Brett. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, so here we go, looking into Brett Kavanaugh's future. Interesting, okay. Might have to draw more cards. Okay. I didn't put a time frame on this, so I don't know how long it would take. I think maybe we're getting clues as to the players involved in well, let's see, let's just look. The main female has to be his wife, because that's just the way it works. These other people, this is somebody younger or about his age. This is somebody older. Both of these people are older and wiser. There's something to do with money. So anyway, let me just dive in here. The theme we have going on are the rules and regulations. This has to do also with his obligations, and especially, you know, his position on the bench. It shows his need for security, but we have the thief card below it. So his stability is not looking good, because this card has to do with a loss that happens from being irresponsible. So this would be his responsibility, and then here's the loss. Because there's been a lie, there's been some, you know, yeah. So as far as it goes, oh, I get it. Okay, so the lies are about the money in the past. This community card, you know, this is the extended version of the Kipper, which is, so it goes beyond the 36 cards. So we have we're beyond it here with the 39. This, I think, is talking to like the Federalist Society and these other big money, you know, PACs, the super PACs, you know, like Citizens United and whoever funds all these, you know, getting these people on the bench. Because I think, well, I read, actually from a reputable source, Heather Cox Richardson's, I get her, I'm on her like newsletter. Well, it's a daily thing that she puts out nearly every day. Once in a while she gets tired and takes a break. But anyway, I remember reading that only John Roberts has been the only the only one on the bench now that hasn't received money from the Federalist Society and these other big money, you know, players. And I think that's who these players are. And I don't know if his wife has relatives, but it's this community of big money that has funded him. And now this thief card knights over to her. So this is really weird. I don't know anything about her. I just remember her sitting in the... I'm going to have to research on her. But I remember her, you know, sitting back behind in his confirmation hearing. You know, you could see her. She... I'm not going to say what I thought about her, but... I'm wondering if she's a part of it. Like these connections that she has, I wonder. Or it could just be that she realizes like something's missing, something's wrong. Because, you know, a thief card, one of the meanings is like something's wrong, something's missing. It can be a warning card. So it could be that in his future, she feels like this is all a big warning. And maybe even like these are her parents. Yeah. But this thievery, this, you know, this card has to do also with just not having what you want. You know, because why else would anybody be stealing? So I think money that he received in the past, even though this is in the future, I think that it's telling me the story here of the fact that there's been wealthy people. These are the wealthy donors. And is that something we're going to let stand in the future anymore? Because, you know, this is the card of honor, like, you know, his reputation. You know, this is his public reputation and you know, and it knights, of course, over to here. I think this, I don't know if this would be him as much as, well, it can be. It definitely speaks to his obligations, that's for sure. And his, you know, lack of responsibility. He's taking up space on the Supreme Court bench, and his past is not clean. And so maybe his wife gets the bad news first, because this is bad news. This is being very disappointed by, you know, some news that comes in, some awareness that comes in, something really painful. And there's a crisis. You know, this is a card of crisis. It's also a card of psychological disorders. So, and this is clearly his wife. So there might be a little, you know, extra layer of meaning here with these cards. But like I was saying before, you know, with this card here, it's all about wealth and success and opportunities that, you know, have come in. So, but being that this is supposed to be all about the future. It could be that somebody tries to, some big money donors try to like rescue him. But it could also be that they take him out of his official, capacity. But there's all this money and this support. These two cards are very supportive. So I don't see him being impeached. Oh, he might be really concerned and obsessing over like losing his house or something, or losing his stability and his position. Yeah, and especially with his children. But then thinking about a new start and doing something that he doesn't really want to do. Because we have to remember in the tarot we had the justice reversed over here as far as his future. So I don't know that he would be impeached, but he might be encouraged to resign, or information will come out. You know what I mean? Like here we have all this information that could come out about the past, the money that came in, and I even wonder where the money came from, like what the sources were. Yeah, so that's interesting. Yeah, I think he's going to be threatened. I think he's going to be threatened with imprisonment if he doesn't step down. I honestly feel like the dude might resign. And I say that more because of the what do you call tarot cards we had. And I think these cards are telling us the story of how he got the money that he got. Because somebody gave him money. Well, of course they do that because they want people that have this like conservative point of view to vote in certain ways when it comes in, to rule in certain ways when the decree comes down. So, yeah, I honestly feel like he'll resign. I don't know that he would be impeached, but I think he might be threatened for, with the truth, to have the truth come out. Because this card is all about being depressed and not being able to concentrate and being really, really like insecure. I used to get this card for Trump a lot. So, I think it's more, well, we'll just have to wait and see, but I think it's more that there's a greater chance, I think, of him resigning than being impeached and removed. That's the way it looks right now. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see. But we can sure tell he's guilty. So, okay, well, that's it for this one, you guys. Thank you for hanging in there with me so long. Okay, bye.